we've just got another Japanese K-Truck mod for BeamNG, and this one is the best yet. It's the Hirochi Talent by Docroswagge. This tiny Japanese pickup truck is super cute, and there's lots of features to check out. So here is the Hirochi Talent. Doesn't it look good? Really a nice model on this thing. Docroswagge is a brilliant mod creator. And yes, this is a Hirochi. The other K-Truck mods we've had recently, the Kevin and the Shima, are Ibishus. So let's see what Hirochi have to offer us. Now this is based on the Subaru Sambar, specifically the 5th generation. What differentiates this from the other K-Trucks is that it is rear engined. Look at the engine down there. We've got a 0.6 litre 4-cylinder. Now it's also rear wheel drive, which means this thing has the same layout or configuration as a Porsche 911. The interior is really nice, very 90s. This thing was built between 1992 and 1999. Lots of grey plastics, but nice quality interior, and look, even a little Talent decal on the carpet. So let's take the Hirochi Talent for a spin, and the benefit of these little K-Trucks is that they can fit down the tightest of alleyways. They are so useful for like little Japanese streets. They're used by all sorts of different businesses, and they're also really cheap to run because this thing, it does have a very small engine. I mean, it does produce 40 horsepower, which is pretty surprising, but pretty cheap to run. Despite only having 40 horsepower, this thing is surprisingly quick. Definitely quick enough for city traffic. That's because it weighs way less than a ton. This is a light vehicle. Handling is also pretty good. It's quite sharp. There's a lot of response from the steering. It doesn't jump around like the other K-Truck mods. But probably the best bit is the crash model. It's just so much better than the other K-Truck mods we've seen. Look at that. We've been curled up like a tin can, crushed. Look at that. Here are all the configs. There are 24 in total. That's more than the Kevin and Shima combined. We were just in the base model. Now let's have a look at the deluxe. Now it doesn't look too different, but because this is the late model, we do have different style headlights, more modern. They're not the rounded ones anymore. This mod does have opening latches on all sides of the pickup bed, so you can put, well, pretty much anything. And the mod does support the career mode cargo boxes, which is great to see. The deluxe just basically gets some different seat coverings. There's not really many changes in here, but look what we've done. We've filled the trunk with 350 kilos of goods. That is the maximum allowed by the Talent. So let's see how it drives now. We've added like a third of the weight to the vehicle, maybe even more than that, and it's much slower, and the steering feels weird. I think it's going to flip. It is working though, even though 350 kilos sounds like a lot. Oh, it's hanging on. Oh, it's hanging on for dear life. The suspension is actually quite good at hauling heavy loads. Here on the interior, we have a dome light, which you can toggle with this little button. It is light out, so we're not actually going to see much benefit. I'm struggling to keep the speed up. We're like revving the nuts off it in second gear. Third gear, barely accelerating. What have we got? We've got 4. We have 5 gears in this thing. That almost sounds like overkill. Okay, here we go. Get out the way, Lansdale. I want to do a cornering test. Okay, well, we're going onto the motorway. Oh, well, that's a wreck. This is the stylish model, which means it's got a painted front bumper, but it also has 4-wheel drive and an automatic CVT gearbox. Let's see what this is like. I don't like CVT gearboxes, but I'm willing to try it. Now, we're going to take it off-road. This thing is 4-wheel drive, and it puts its power down quite well. CVT's revving, not fast. It's slower than the manual, but I guess it's an easier driving experience. Revving at 6,000 constantly with my foot down, that can't be fuel efficient. I mean, it's no rally car, but you do feel the extra grip. There is a lot of weight over that rear engine, so actually there's a lot of grip with the rear-wheel drive config too, because of all that weight pushing down on the rear wheels. But yeah, it does feel quite good. It takes the bumps well. This just has a better feeling suspension than those other K-Truck mods. Let's try and get out of the quarry with this little road up here. It's quite steep. I'm wondering what the 4-wheel drive in CVT will do. Luckily, we can go into low range. We're going to do that right now. There we go. Yeah, low range. That helps a lot. Wow. Okay, can we get it to drift? Hang on, handbrake. No, we can't. But there are supercharged models. The supercharged model has a really cool decal down the side. That is so retro. Love it. Now, round the back, under the engine, you can actually see the supercharger. It's not a powerful one. It only brings the horsepower up to 55. It's only about a 15 horsepower boost, but it makes a big difference in a car this small. On the left here, we do have the deluxe supercharger variant. And the difference with this thing is that this has full-time four-wheel drive. You cannot deactivate the four-wheel drive in this thing. Can we even hear the supercharger? Just slightly. It's not a loud supercharger, but performance, oh yeah, performance is much different. It's almost got overtaking performance. Look at this. I mean, 0 to 60 is probably still over 10 seconds, but really quite good. Big difference from 15 horsepower. So then let's see what kind of speed this thing can do. 130 kph, we're going to 5th gear. We lost quite a bit of speed there. Yeah, I think 5th is more of an overdrive, but this could easily do 80 miles per hour, which really isn't that bad. Let's do a big handling test here. Oh, whoa! Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, you can really drift in four-wheel drive mode. Not enough power. One of the more bizarre configs is this. It's called the Actif, and I guess that means active, but this is a retro-styled Hirochi Talent. It's meant to look like classic sort of European cars, maybe like a Jaguar, something like that. But in Japan, this kind of styling, this retro styling is very, very popular. There's even a brand called Mitsuoka who solely make retro vehicles. Apparently, Subaru actually made cars like these, and they sold quite well. But if you want something even crazier, we've got the Actif Dealer Special. Yeah, this has got loads of dealer customizations. They've basically thrown everything in the brochure on this car, even gold wheels and a beige paint job. Let's try and drive this thing. It has a CVT gearbox and a supercharger. And of course, the interior is painted beige as well. I'm not a fan of beige. It reminds me of like an old Volvo or something. But anyway, let's go. Lights on. Ooh. Look at the dials. They're a bit more classy, aren't they? Like Times New Roman. Okay. Yeah, so this is a very crazy vehicle, and I don't really know what the like motif on the side means. I mean, it looks like a brand, doesn't it? It looks like you'd think it was a brand of a restaurant. But no, this really sort of came from the factory. Obviously, Hirochi Talent is a fictionalized version of the Subaru, but I couldn't imagine anyone buying this. We've got a roof bar on the top, which I don't think you could fit much into. Let's go for a head-on crash test with this barrier. So, whoa, yeah. I really like the crash model. All the windows smash, bits fly off. It just looks really good. And there's a cute little reversing beep in this thing. Listen. Ah, that's nice. If your Hirochi car breaks down in Japan, expect this little van, the Hirochi service van, to arrive to help. This is a really cool little config. But on the left, we have the Mud Driver. This is a customized off-road variant. And of course, we're taking it to the Derby arena. And actually, Americans are importing these K-trucks into America at a very alarming rate. It's actually damaging the pickup industry there. I mean, actually, that's quite good to see, because these things, well, they're amazing. Whoa, we've got a wooden steering wheel. Wow. Okay, let's try this thing and see, first of all, is the suspension tough enough to take the jumps? And secondly, is it good off-road? Well, we can get a little bit of drifting action in this thing. Off-road, yeah, pretty good. Right, first jump. Oh, that's quite big. Oh, we nearly went like front over tail. That was crazy. Okay, keep going. Next jump, bit faster this time. Ooh. Wow, suspension is great. Oh, this is so much fun. I don't think this is meant for rallying. This is just meant for general off-roading, but it works so well. Can we make the jump here? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, just made it. Didn't flip either. Wow, love it. This is the speed brake config. It's a highly customized Talent with a stage-free supercharger, giving this thing 244 horsepower. Look at the engine under there. Listen to this. Revs up to 10,000. So, let's see what kind of speed this thing can do. Lots of wheel spin. This thing feels uncontrollable. It's rear-wheel drive. Okay, try that again. First person so we can see where we're going. Whoa! This is quick. The speedometer is going round the clock. Oh, wow! What speed are we doing? We are doing 120 miles per hour. Still going. Supercharger's giving us 60 PSI nearly. That's craziness. It's been geared pretty well for 5 gears. Oh, can't see where we're going. There we go. 5 gears, and it's still accelerating. 144 seems like the top speed. Go up here, brake, 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 brake. No! Anti-lock brakes. My steering wheel is rattling to death. Oh, into 4th. Can we come? Oh, drift. Oh, nearly. This thing is almost too quick to drive on anything but the straightest of roads. It wheel spins in 3rd gear. I'm going to try and get it to drift, okay? Whoa. No, it's too difficult. There you go. There you go. Oh, nearly had it there. I'm literally only giving it like 25% throttle, and it's still quite difficult to control. But yeah, drifting, if you're skilled enough, it's possible. And this is the Street Tuned. It's designed for street racing and circuit racing. I really like it in blue, and these wheels, they suit it really well. Okay, inside we've got, we've got a beam navigator, nice, and a no-meat steering wheel. So let's try this thing. It's nowhere near as powerful because we've only got a stage 1 supercharger, but still a lot quicker thanks to that tuning. Okay, let's go round here. Oh, it's quite grippy. Yep, stiffer suspension there. The steering has a lot more weight to it. I wonder if they remove the power steering for this thing. Okay, here we go. Let's go the right way around the course. Oh yeah, the steering is so firm now. We're not going to get anywhere near as high of a top speed with this config, but we do have a realistic hope of getting it round this corner without failing miserably. Yes, that is actually pretty good. I think they do have like a race series with K-trucks in Japan, right? The ultimate test of any vehicle is the corkscrew. I've already messed it up. Okay, here we go. Slow down into 2nd gear. Yes. Oh, it's responsive. It feels really nimble. Love it. That was the Hirochi Talent by Docroswagge. And the best thing is, this mod is free and on the repo. Go and check it out. I've left a link in the description. I really do think this is the best K-truck in BeamNG now, but I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Do you prefer some of the other mods we've had in recent months? Thank you for watching. If you want to see my review of another K-truck mod, the Ibishu Shima, click the video on screen right now. And I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.